Let's evaluate your next letter. This is okay. Yeah, that is fine. Dear doctor, this side there should be comma. Okay, 36. Don't do this, please. YEERS. Years old. This is the way to write, okay? Not this one. I'm writing to refer. Again, you're writing it in a capital letter. Mrs. Jackson, who has presented with mild anxiety for the assessment and management. Not mild anxiety, who has presented with severe anxiety. If you see in your case notes, the visit that shows that it is anxiety, there was a upward sign and it was written this way. It means severe anxiety or increased anxiety, right? So you have to mention that. In 1998, Mrs. Jackson had a painful period, still till first miscarriage. In 1999, Mrs. Jackson. So see, you are talking about 2020 and you're giving history of 1999 and 1998. Does that matter? Clavicle fracture, does that matter? Any way that someone had a clavicle fracture in 1999, do you think he will be still having the fracture ongoing? No, it's already settled. Why would you write that? Okay, if you write this way, they will just cut it down like this. In April 2008, Mrs. Jackson had a second miscarriage on 9th week. In 2008 August, Mrs. Jackson had a second miscarriage on 10th week. See, you're writing second miscarriage. This is the first miscarriage, for example. Then if the second miscarriage was on 9th week, okay, sorry, in April 2000, Mrs. Jackson had a second miscarriage, okay, this way. So if in April it was a second, then in August it should be third. Am I right about it? Okay, you again writing second, so it's wrong. The whole paragraph is wrong and it's illogical. Okay, and it's not necessary. The only necessary thing was to mention about miscarriages, so you can just write in the history at the end. Once you have completed the letter, before the conclusion, you can mention, please note, Mrs. Jackson had 2 miscarriages in 2008. Okay, that's it. Okay, or Mrs. Jackson's past medical history includes 2 consecutive miscarriages in 2008. Okay, and rest of the things are completely illogical and irrelevant. In July 2018, Mrs. Jackson's daughter was born after long labor. On that time, she was having a gestational diabetes. In July 2018 to 2019, Mrs. Jackson had a mild anxiety, but she was refused. Not she was refused, she refused the medication due to breastfeeding. Please write them in small letters. Her daughter, Mrs. Jackson, had improved the anxiety when her Mrs. Jackson's anxiety was improved when her baby started sleeping for 6 hours every night. Okay, on this day, Mrs. Jackson had mild anxiety again and she was planning for another child. On this day, Mrs. Jackson's pregnancy was confirmed. C should be small, P should be small, B should be small for but. She was anxious about coping up with the baby. Okay, on this day, Mrs. Jackson had increased anxiety. This is the date. Okay. Increasing due to moving to Parkville. Along with that, she lost her work, family relatives, poor sleep and poor appetite. First of all, this is the most recent visit, the visit on the day you are writing a letter and you are referring the patient. And this is also the same date that should be written over here. So this will become today's visit. Okay, so today Mrs. Jackson has or had presented with increased anxiety, the one I was talking over here. Anxiety due to moving to Parkville. Okay, as she is going to lose her work, family, relatives, and relatives. Okay, along she also has reported of or about poor sleep and poor appetite. This is your sentence. Then Mrs. Jackson advised her home delivery. Mrs. Jackson asked regarding home delivery, which is not recommended due to previous pregnancy complications. Okay, it's not you who advised, she takes multivitamins in order to prevent miscarriages, and she's already taking it. It's not you you who have advised or who has advised the multivitamins to the patient. She's already taking it. In view of the above, I would be grateful if you could further assess for anxiety and manage her accordingly. Yours sincerely. Please, you have to write, if you have any queries, please feel free to contact me. That should have been written over here. Overall, if you ask me, it's 30% better than the last letter. I'm glad that you've improved. Okay, but definitely there is more room to improve, and inshallah we will improve. Okay, thank you so much.